chain that will be long enough to go around your waist. And for me, I'm going to do a total chain of 65 and leave a little bit of a gap at the back so you can make it a lace up top. So here we have our foundation chain, and that should go about around your waist with a little bit of a gap at the back so you can do the lace up top. You should just chain according to your waist measurement as well. Now I did about 65 chains, so now we're going to start our first row with half double crochet. Half double crochet, you're going to yarn over from the end of the chain and then go into the first stitch. And then you should have 3 loops on your hook, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. So repeat, yarn over once, go through the chain, yarn over again, and then yarn over, pull 3. So that is how you make a half double crochet. And then you're going to do that for the first 2 rows of the top. So I'm starting my second row and I've already chained 2, and then you're going to continue with half double crochets in every chain space for the rest of the row, and then I will see you when we start the third row. So I finished the first 2 rows of half double crochet, and now I'm going to chain 4 to start the third row. 3, 4, and then turn your work, and now you're going to yarn over, and then you're going to crochet into the second chain space, so this one. So this is the chain, first space, second space, and then you're going to go into that one, do a double crochet, so yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. First double crochet, and then you're going to chain 1, yarn over, skip this second chain space, and then go into the third, so 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and do another double crochet. So that will be the pattern for the third row. So again, chain and then yarn over, second space, yarn over, chain. So you're always skipping 1 space in between them. And start the next row by chaining 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work, and then you're going to crochet into this chain space here, another double crochet. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, and then repeat that process. So yarn over into the chain space here, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1. Also, to end off your rows for the mesh pattern, make sure you do your last double crochet into the chain space of the chain 4 of the previous row. So you're going to repeat this like little mesh pattern for 4 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of double crochet, chain space, skip 1, double crochet, chain space, skip 1 to make this mesh pattern. You're going to start the 5th row after that with the chain 2, turn your work, and then you're going to do half double crochets in every single stitch. So in this chain space here, 1 half double crochet, and I chain into the chain space, not the gap, so it's a cleaner look. And then above the double crochet, another half double crochet. So there should always be 2 half double crochet for every double crochet. Into this chain space here, half double crochet, and then half double crochet above the double crochet. And then you do that for the entire row. And now we're going to change colors for the next row. So yarn over, pull through, so you have almost a complete half double crochet, and then get your second color on a slip knot and pull through all 3. So the second color that you're changing to would be the last stitch in the last half double crochet. And then you just start your next row with the chain 2 again, flipping your work and doing double crochets for every stitch in this whole row in your second color. The row after that is also going to be in your second color and double crochets, and you're just going to do your double crochets into the gaps of the previous row. So finish up the second row and we have to do a color change at the end. And now you're going to do another color change with double crochet. So yarn over, pull through 2, and then take your second color and change with that. So use that to yarn over and then pull through the final 2 of the last double crochet. And then you're going to continue with the second color and chain 2. And for this row, you're going to do half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and then half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. So repeat that half double crochet, chain 1 till the end of the row, and I will show you how to do the next row, which is basically you start with your chain 4 again, and then you're going to do double crochets with the chain 1, skip 1 into the gaps of the half double crochet row. So like this until the end of the row, and then we're going to work on the chest coverage part. Now we're done with the underbust part. This is from under your chest to wherever you, however long you want the top to be. So you can add more rows if you want it to be longer, but I like it a little bit cropped. So this is how many rows I did. And then we're going to work on the coverage part for your chest. And you can also add more rows for that if you need more coverage, depending on your chest size as well. So to start off the chest coverage part, you're just going to half double crochet into every stitch of the row, which is also, again, half double crochet into the chain space and then half double crochet above the double crochet, and repeat that for the whole row, and then repeat your rows of half double crochet for however many rows you need to cover your chest. So we're almost done with those rows of half double crochet, and this is just for the coverage part for your chest. You can add more if you like, depending on the length you want it to be and if you need more coverage. So I did about, I think, 15 rows. I'll write exactly how many rows I did, and you can add more if you need to. And now we're going to work on the neckline part and then move on to the sleeves. So before the very last half double crochet, we're going to start the color change for the next row. So yarn over, go through the last stitch, pull through. You have 3 hooks on your, you have 3 loops on your hook, and you're going to take your second color, which is in a slip knot, go through that, and then pull through all 3. And then make sure you tighten those 2 tails. Now you're going to do the next row. What's it? Going to do the next row of double crochets. Slip. Now this next row is going to be a little bit tricky, but we'll just go slowly and you can follow along. So you're going to start by chaining 4. Why is this moving? And then you're going to turn. And then you're going to yarn over. And you're going to skip this gap. So you're going to crochet into here and do a double crochet. So 1, 2, and then you're going to do 2 more double crochets into the same space. So you have 3 double crochets into one of these spaces. So you're chain 4, 3 double crochets into the same space, and now we're going to skip this next space and then continue these 3 double crochets into every other gap. So again, yarn over, skip this one, go into here, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet. Okay, again, yarn over, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and your 3rd double crochet. There we go, it's not so bad. And you're going to repeat this for the whole row, and I will see you at the end of this row. Now, depending on your size and how many chains you did in the foundation, you might not always get an even amount of doing these gaps. So what I do is skip one into the last one I can do. So one final 3 double crochets, and that's in the second last gap of the row. So then you can just do a chain 4 into here, the last stitch. Or if you end on 3 double crochets, that's also fine. It depends on how many chains you did in your foundation row, but just make sure you always crochet into this last stitch here so you get straight edges. And then for the last row in blue, you're just going to do half double crochets again in every single stitch of the row. So you look something like this. And I'm just going to do one last stitch, and we'll move on to the sleeves. So into this chain space here. One final half double crochet. Okay, so you're going to do half double crochet in every single bit of the row, starting with chain 2. But we're just going to start the sleeves first. So this is the front of the piece. Now you're going to flip the piece over. Your piece flipped over like this. This will be the back of the piece, the inside, and then this will be the front. So where we left off was here. We're going to do chain 2 to start the sleeves. And now we're going to do 7 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you're going to chain 50, or you can chain more depending on how big your arms are or how long you need the sleeves to be. So I'm going to start my chain 50 now. After you do your chain 50, you're just going to slip knot it straight across, slip stitch it straight across to the other side of the top. So this is how you do that. And then you're going to start your sleeves from there. Look something like this, so you have some room to make the sleeve. And this is your chain. Okay, and I started off my sleeve with 1 row of half double crochet, and now to end it off, I'm just going to start doing one last one into here. And so you can see the double crochets are here, and we're going to slip stitch into this side. So simply pull through, and now I'm going to change color. So I have my white on, so now I have my white on a slip knot again, and we're going to pull it through, take the tail of the blue and pull down, and then pull the white through. And then you're going to turn your work, pull the blue down, so you have your hook. So I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to skip this stitch and do the double crochets, skip 1, chain 1 with the white for this row, and then we're going to change colors after that again. And you can also do the same, the double crochet with chain 1, skip 1, or whatever pattern you like for the sleeves. So we are at the end of the row here. I'm going to do final chain 1, and then so because it's a sleeve, we're going to go into this chain space here with a slip stitch. So it will be like this on the sleeve, straight. And I'm going to change colors again, and you can also do alternates between half double crochet and double crochet and chain 1, skip 1 for the sleeve in the colors that you like and in any order you like, and so this is what I did for the sleeve in total. I did 1 row of half double crochet, 1 double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, again with the blue, and then I did a double crochet in every stitch, followed by 3 double crochets in every 2 stitches. So you can see here I skipped 2 chain spaces on the bottom and then did 3 double crochets in every stitch, so that way you don't have any increases in this row. And then for the last row I did half double crochets in every single stitch, and then you just repeat that for the second sleeve, starting with the 7 double crochets again, and then how many chains you did with the foundation chain, and then follow the exact same pattern for your sleeve. I'm done with both sleeves, and now we can flip it over, and this will be the back, right? And now we're gonna work on the chain to make the lace up top. And to do that, you just take your whichever color you want, depending on which yarn, and you're gonna start with a slip knot again, and then chain 250 or longer, depending on how long you want it to be, but generally 250 to 300 should be okay. And we have the chain here already done, and now we're going to lace it up. So you can just take it through from, normally I like to work outside in, so at the very top I just pull it through on one side, and then I do it for the other side from outside in. And then you just work your way down the top. I do it about 4 times. Now we have the top laced up, and also we've weaved in the ends, so it's all clean now without any of the yarn changes sticking out. And now you can go and try it on. Yay, it's done. So this is what it looks like when you're finished. I've done the lace up at the back, and yeah, that's it. So if you look closely, there's actually 2 tones of blue that I used on this top, but that's because I used up some scrap yarn from another project. And it's always good to make use of your scraps, so I just love how it turned out. I hope you guys like this tutorial, and if you want, you can also lace it up very tightly at the back so it's secure, and then you can just make it an off-shoulder top as well. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up or subscribe to me. I will make more tutorials. I really love crocheting and the things you can do with your creativity and what you can learn. There's so many resources on the internet, and I love the community as well. So yeah, give it a try and let me know how it goes.